Alright, so in my last video, I talked about the March 31st deadline for filing annual tax returns. Now, let me show you exactly how you should do it in these very simple steps. Step 1, get your tax identification number. If you don't have one, don't panic, because apparently under the new system, if you have an NIN, your NIN automatically serves as your tax ID. Step 2, register on your state tax portal. Every state has their portal. For example, in Lagos, it is the LIRS e-tax platform. The Federal Capital Territory has theirs, Rivers State has theirs. Every single state, what you have to do is just Google it, type in the name of your state plus tax portal, and it will pop up. You'll find it because that's where you're going to be doing all the filing. Step 3, gather your documents. Before you start filing anything, make sure your paperwork is together. For example, pay slips from last year, statement of account, rent receipts. You can even claim relief of rent of up to 20% or 500,000 naira. You also have pension contribution receipts, any national housing fund payments. Now, let me explain this last two because they're very important. Now, for pension, if you're employed, your employer deducts a certain percentage of your salary for pension every month. That full amount you've paid for pension reduces what you're taxed on. For example, if you earn 1.2 million naira in a year, and you contributed, say, 96,000 naira to pension, you will only be taxed on 1.1 million naira. Do you see? On the other hand, for National Housing Fund, it's just basically a certain percentage of your salary that goes to a government housing scheme. This one usually applies to public or government workers. So it's also deductible from tax, which means that it reduces your taxable income. So do you see how important these two things are, and several other things I had mentioned? That's why it's important to gather all the records and documents, because it can significantly help to reduce your tax bill. Step 4, log in and file returns. So basically what you have to do is go to the portal, enter your login details. Remember, you've already registered earlier in step 1, right? So after you've logged in, then you start entering your income information. As you input all this information, the system automatically calculates everything for you. You don't even have to bother yourself with the calculation. If you earn below 800,000 naira after all the deductions, the system will show you zero tax owed. That's what I referred to earlier as nil returns. And then you go ahead to submit. Step 5, if the system shows that you owe tax, then you have to pay through the available options. Step 6, after you submitted, make sure to download your receipt or confirmation, because you're going to need it for tax clearance certificate. Of course, you know that your tax clearance certificate is useful or needed for visas, bank loans, government contracts, and a whole bunch of other stuffs. But if your income situation is complicated, perhaps you're self-employed or you have multiple streams of income and you're still finding a way to wrap your head around this whole tax thing, then you might have to consult or engage the services of a tax consultant so they're able to do all these things properly. The key thing to note now is that you have to file tax return whether you owe tax or not. It's no longer optional. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please share it. If you have any questions, do also leave it in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video.